They are stepping up their pursuit of the Eintracht Frankfurt forward Omar Marmoush. That is according to Sky in Germany. Marmoush, who turns 26 next month, he's expected to cost in the region of £50 million. Now, Flex and I actually were looking on YouTube, I think a couple of days ago on Monday, weren't we, just to have a little look at Marmoush, and we're both salivating, to be honest with you, because the stuff he is doing at the moment out in the Bundesliga, he's tearing it up, really. It's not just goals, it's assists. Second most goals after Harry Kane. Is this a player for Man City fans to get excited about?
I think absolutely, yeah. I think losing Julian Alvarez in the summer was a big one. It was a surprise, but for the money, €95 million, you've probably got to let that go. But you look at Marmoush, what he is, he's a very pacey player, clocked up a top speed that was faster than Sesko, Adeyemi and Kingsley Coman last season. Very, very quick. That's something that you look at when you look at his performance maybe against Bayern Munich, outpaced Upamecano, outpaced Joshua Kimmich from a wide area. But he's also got the quality in finishing. He's a player that's really good at getting a shot away, that can find the back of the net. As you mentioned, the 13 goals in the Bundesliga last season, 12, 7 assists as well this year. So it's not only the goal scoring that he's got, he's a good player in terms of spotting the pass. Against Bayern Munich, got an assist for one of the goals as well. Really waited to the right time to play that ball. And I do like it. And I think with Haaland could be a really good partnership.
Yeah. Sam, though, what could this mean for Jack Grealish? He plays across the forward line, Marmoush. He can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play through the middle as well. But Grealish already has been told by his manager that the reason he's not playing is because Savinho is better in all departments at the moment. So what would that mean to Grealish if Marmoush was signed?
I think it's going to be difficult, but not just for him. I think all the forwards, aside from Haaland, have struggled this season at Manchester City in terms of scoring goals, getting assists. And last season, like you said, Julian Alvarez was a player that was getting the goals and getting the assists when Haaland was out injured. And I think that Marmoush is going to be a player that will add to that and add to the competition. Sometimes you need a player to kickstart other players, because I'm sure Pep didn't expect Foden to not, kick on from what he did last year as well. And Kevin De Bruyne, with the injuries that he's had, Silva's not getting as many goals as we've seen him get as well. And Grealish, he's one of those players that we know he's not going to get the 20 goals, 20 assists. He's always been a player that even Pep has said it's what he does before this, like the pre-assists and how he plays and how he suits our football. But I think now he's realised that we can't just rely on Haaland. We need more players to contribute.
I mean, look, we are getting excited about him, but in truth, he's had a season and a half, a very good season and a half in the Bundesliga. Is this still a bit of a risk for a club like Manchester City to go for someone like Marmoush?
To be honest, I think where they are and the problems they've had so far this season, it's worth the risk. And I also feel like there are players that we've seen previously come into the Premier League and hit the ground running. You've got Aubameyang, you've got the likes of Isak, who's flying at the moment. So I don't see why not. And I think also going into a group of should be better players in Man City, I think that he will thrive and he'll be able to learn new things, especially under Pep. He'll be able to be a good fit.
Yeah, I mean, look, you look at Man City at the moment and you kind of feel they could strengthen in attack. They could also strengthen in defence as well, because they are conceding a lot of goals. We've been speaking already a bit about Abdulkadir Kusanov, who they are interested in, the 20-year-old Lens centre-back from Uzbekistan. Do you think they really do need to get defensive reinforcements?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, the problem they've had, obviously, which a lot of teams have had, but Manchester City have been decimated by injuries in that area. Long-term injuries to Akanji. Well, should I say Ake? Sorry, he's probably spent the most out. Diaz, Stones, and Akanji. So they've really struggled to have a consistent centre-back pairing throughout the season, which has really hampered them. And they've conceded 27 goals by this stage of the season. That's unheard of for Manchester City. And somebody like Kusanov he's dual dominant. If you're looking at somebody coming out of Liga, if you're a centre-half in that league, you are going to be facing a lot of duels. You are going to have to be quick across the ground. He definitely fits that bill. He can play with the ball at his feet as well. And they really, really do need a bolster in that situation, because they cannot continue to leak as many goals as they have. They've been easy to get at. You can talk about the missing part of Rodri and how that affects the defence, but they've had so many injuries. It's been really inconsistent there. I can see exactly why they'd want Kusanov.
Well, Manchester City have also approached Palmeiras over a deal for Vitor Reis. Interest is in the early stages, but City want to sign the talented 18-year-old centre-back. This is what South American football expert Tim Vickery told us yesterday.
I don't think he's anywhere near Premier League ready at the moment. He's classy. On Palmeiras have been producing a lot of good players recently. Most of them attackers. He's a centre back, very classy, but he needs to fill out physically. I think if you were to put him in the Premier League at the moment, he would really be bullied. So perhaps it serves everyone's interests for him to stay a little bit longer in Brazilian football. But Palmeiras reluctant to sell before that Club World Cup.